Okay, welcome back to this session, 20 cool things you can do with your plant records. Now we're going to go to the second part, and the first few of these topics will be about taxonomy. So, excuse me, the first topic titled Rearranging Nomenclature Part 1, and that's something that happens regularly, you know, that accepted names become synonyms, and synonyms becomes accepted names, etc., etc. So I'm just going to show you how Iris can deal with that. Now, if you're, for example, working on plants, let's say we're just doing as I'm just going to bring up a few accessions here. When you're working on plant records here on the accession screen, you will see the taxon here, and you can of course go to the taxa screen here on the left and manage the taxa there, but sometimes you might feel like just going straight in to the taxa screen directly from the accession screen. So you can do that here. And then when you're working on the taxonomy, there are several things or several tools available to you to check whether this particular name is correct, etc. We can, for example, check with the International Plant Name Index by clicking here on the blue button here. And you won't see all of that, but we're now literally getting one reference from the International Plant Name Index. And if we can see that the author is almost the same. So if I click on that, I'm getting correction on the author name, and also an IPNI reference, and if there are any publications to get that in as well. So that's good, I can save that. Now, another things we can do is to check this name with other web resources. So I'm going in here now, and then I can, for example, check with the plant list. So this drop-down lists can be configured. There are some nice other web resources mentioned on our forum, and it also shows you how to add them yourself. So, but now I'm just going to go to the plant list. And what we see here now, yeah, the author from IPNI is correct. So that's good. We tidied up one thing already. But it's not actually the accepted name. The accepted name is Cornus sucica. So, yeah, so how do we deal with that? Well, we can go back to the screen. And then we can use the expire function. We can, I mean, because this is another story, but I know that we have some Cornus sucica in the collection already. So we're just going to merge these two taxa by clicking the expire button. And then we're saying that this now synonym will be a synonym of this Cornus. See where it is. Here we go. And when I click OK, you will see that these two taxa will be merged. Sucica will become the accepted name, and this becomes a synonym. And I can now also check to see if they get the reference from the IPNI. Yeah, we have two from with Linnaeus, and I'm going to take this one from 1753. What we also might want to do is to see if there's any good references elsewhere, like we can add the plant list as a reference. So here we now got the accepted name and some of the synonyms. So I'm going to add that as a web reference. You see here we got that because it remembered the last web search. I'm going to do a Wikipedia as well, and there we go. We have some more detail here with rank and other interesting information about habitat. So I'm going to add that as well. So now we've seen that how easy it is to manage the taxonomy, checking names, and also rearranging the nomenclature. So if I now save this and go back to my accession screen, you see that this is already, it's not changed here yet. I need to just bring it up again. So if I clear the screen and search for the same species, what was it called? Yeah, you will see now it comes up as a synonym of cornus. And when I search for these, I get 4. So there was 3 of the other, the old name, and 4. So if I see the first one, that was identified as the synonym, but the accepted name comes up all the time. And the last one was actually identified as a cornus initially as well. So that's one part of rearranging nomenclature. There's another feature to this. So this is a Rearranging Nomenclature Part 2. Now let's say later on that the synonym now suddenly becomes an accepted name again. Well, if I bring up the taxa screen again, you will see that if you click on the synonym, you have the possibility to split up or transfer synonym to somewhere else. And I can create a new taxa. I can use this as an accepted name for an existing taxa, or use it as a synonym for an existing taxa. In this case, I'm just going to create a new taxa. But you see that you have all the capabilities or possibilities you want to do. So I'm clicking OK. And now you will see that that particular name has now disappeared from this taxa and has become another taxa. The one thing we don't do is to transfer any accessions. Usually in these cases you need to carry out a new identification of the plants anyway, so you should exercise that task and then figure out what to do with those taxa you have, or accessions. So there we go. So that was rearranging nomenclature. Okay, so sticking or working with taxonomy is as you saw, it's a very powerful feature. However, there are times when you wonder how you can deal with really complicated scenarios. One in question is, of course, dealing with hybrids, complex hybrids. How do you record those? Well, I'm happy to let you know that we have some help for that as well. So let's say we got a new orchid in, and I'm going to clear the screen and say, okay, we've got a new accession to this year. It's a cross of 3 different Phalaenopsis, and I'm going to go into the taxa screen again. So you can, as I say, manage the taxonomy in the taxa, but I'm just going to show you the workflow here. So this is first I'm going to show you the full name that we're going to record. So this is Phalaenopsis Cassandra crossed with Inverness Delight and Carmela's Stripe. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, we need to record the Phalaenopsis Cassandra. Cassandra. And then, in some systems you have a free name, or then you just sort of, carry on recording. However, in Iris we have a little interesting thing called hybrid formula. So I'm just going to save this now. So you see, okay, we've got a hybrid formula here, or Phalaenopsis Cassandra. You see the Grecs coming up here. That's sort of according to the coded nomenclature. It's optional. Your system can be configured to hide that if you don't want it. In my particular case here, it is displayed. Now, going into the hybrid parent, I can record the other part of the hybrid, or as a new taxa. So you see, you got a new taxa screen coming up here. And then I know I don't have this. You would search for it typically. I know I don't have this Phalaenopsis, which is the Inverness Delight. Let's see, that's Greg's Inverness Delight, and yeah. So now we got that. However, that was a cross again. So we have going up to hybrid formula once again, and so this is another Phalaenopsis. Phalaenopsis, and it's Greg's yet again. Carmela stripe. So you can, of course, as you see here now, that you can record a lot of detail about the different taxa. You may have some accessions of this taxa that's also part of the hybrid. So you're able now to record a lot of formalized information about the different parts of this complex taxa. So now that we have the Carmela stripe ready, I can then select this from my list here. I'm just a bit confused there. Okay, so now if I select this, you will see that the full sort of cross is generated, or the full name, with abbreviated genus name as well. And then I can go back and then select the hybrid parent again here, Phalaenopsis. I just need to find it, Phalaenopsis. Here we go, that's the one. And then you have your complex hybrid, formalized, recorded, with all the different aspects of the formula in different taxa. And now I can select this and complete my registration with provenance. I'm just going to stop here by just saying Provenance Garden, and then you will see that you have a new accession of 2016 with a very complex name that is fully formalized. Okay, so that was the third part of our little story about advanced management of the nomenclature. Let's go to the next topic, and that is when you're dealing with other parts of the system, you will see that there's something called self-populated lists rounded about. You can see them with this drop-down list. One place where that's very useful is when you record distribution on plants. If I go to its taxonomy here, and then let's say I'm dealing with plants from this is a certain group I'm working on now, Eremurus. I'm just going to bring them up. So here we go. And when you're then working here under the details and managing the distribution, you see that it's very hard to come with a formalized way here. So the way this list works is that you can just record and add new things as you go along, which is really handy. However, what happens is that people make mistakes, and the nice thing with that, or one thing you can do, is to fix that retrospectively. So I'm just going to show you that. If you see here, if I'm going to record this, and you see here we have two spellings of Afghanistan. That's a classic story. Someone mistyped it once, and then it will be there. And then the way to fix that is that you just find the mistake, and then you click on the recycle button, and then you find the correct spelling. So in this case it's with an H, and then you just replace them all, and then you have fixed the spelling mistake. So there you go. Now it should be well, actually, ironically, I did the wrong way around. What I should be doing is Afghanistan. Make this the correct one, save that, and then fix the other ones. Sorry, that was a bit quick here. So now we have fixed them again. So there we go. Okay, so that is a very powerful feature where you can, so data can grow as you use it, and then you can fix it retrospectively. Okay, so the final topic in this short fifth session is the 10th point, reaching out to your community. Now, one feature in Iris is the capability to record data in multiple languages, and that capability we will find in some screens. If you have this enabled, it will be a small plus button here, so you can record distribution in English and French, for example. What I'm going to do is to just show you a few websites and that have this capability, and then you can make up your own mind and what you think about that. So if you go to gardenexplorer.org, you will see a few gardens online. I think we're around about 30 now. some of these gardens, like the Stellenbosch in South Africa, with their website, they have then, as you can see here now, I'm coming into the website. I've set it up as being in Afrikaans. I can go to English, and then everything comes in English. And what I'm going to show you is that it's not just the user interface, but if I'm now going to say Protea, for example, which is one of those fantastic flowers you see on the front here, and then search for that. And then when you open up, let's say we do this one here, you will see that, of course, I'm an English visitor. You get all the information in English, which is nice. However, the Afrikaans visitor will get all, well, in this case they haven't translated it, so that wasn't a very good example. But if it was translated to Afrikaans, some of it is, but if it isn't, then it comes in English. So it's very flexible in that it sort of provides data in the native language if it's available. If not, it comes into the default language, which in this case is English. I can show you another example here, which is in Asia. We have, for example, Jerusalem Botanic Garden. And here I'm now coming in Hebrew, which is a bit confusing for me. This is because I've visited the website before, but it will sniff out your default language. And then if I go and look at aloe vera, for example, and then you'll see here now that you get where it is in the garden, details about it in English, and then if I change to Hebrew, you will see that it all mirrors over, and you will have it in the description, everything. So this capability supports all kinds of languages. We have a user interface in French, German, Arabic, etc. So yeah, it's a really nice way to reach out to the community and be able to share plant records with it. Yeah, thank you very much.